So this is a list here. We went really to the extremes, saying that these were the best fits. This is what we saw from results from the fittings through Cool Clubs, through Pete's Golf Shop, through Downtown Golf, a couple of the fitters I talked to down in Atlanta area too, that we just saw that these tended to be the best fits for golfers. And this is a 2013 list. Everything coming out now, we really haven't been able to compare. We don't have enough data. We don't have enough results to be fair with the judgment. I have an idea, but I think it's a little fair to just go by a year's results. So, top 3 forgiving drivers that we found. Anybody surprised by what's on the list here? Anybody have success selling these drivers? Okay. So the reason why? Ping G25. CG's back. Very stable. Okay. It's not a very low spin driver, but boy, it fits a lot of golfers. They hit the golf ball with pretty good results. Hit it pretty straight. Callaway Exxon, another one. Pretty stable, pretty easy to hit. And then, surprised by this one with Titleist 913 D2. Okay? A lot of people don't think that the Titleist driver, because they're a great ball maker, that they're making good clubs, but they were actually our best selling driver last year. When I looked at the numbers, I was pretty surprised by that. Because looks good, sounds good, and it's a pretty forgiving driver. It's pretty good. Spins a little, right? For some of your golfers who need to get the spin down, you really couldn't get that in there. So you tried to put shafts in there to try to lower the spin, and it never really got to where you needed to. That's the reason why. Okay? Because as you see there, low back center of gravity, higher MOI, more stability, higher launch and higher spin. Some of your members need that. Yes, Mr. Lalo?
Quick question about the weight of the heads.
Okay.
Of the drivers. A lot of people who come into demo drivers, I find that the TaylorMade heads seem to be really light.
No.
Well, like the...
Depends on which one.
Stage 2.
Yes, that was very light.
Very light.
Yep.
Seems like the ball play everywhere.
This is extremely heavy.
How does that relate to CG and how that's controlling the ball play?
Well, are you comparing a club with a certain center of gravity that weighs less compared to one that weighs more?
Yes, basically. Just so, like, for your average golfer who comes in and trying to fit up for a driver.
I think the MOI of the entire club is more important for stability for that. It's not the weight of the head. Where it is in the head. So if it's a light head, but it matches that golfer, where it's got more stability in the back and more higher MOI, it's still going to be forgiving. If you make it heavier, it doesn't make it more forgiving. It just makes it heavier.
Doesn't make for like more movement though?
Can it? It's possible. Yeah. But if it doesn't allow that golfer to be able to swing because it's heavier, then it might not be good. But the SLDR is very heavy. Ping clubs are heavy. Nike driver is the heaviest. The reason why is they're going by the theory of the hammer effect. I don't know if you ever heard that, but they're trying to put the most amount of mass in the head, and then they're trying to use a counterbalance shaft to try to lower the swing weight so that you have the most mass relative to a certain swing speed. But it makes it very difficult to fit with that. When you have a heavy head, you could always add weight. It's very difficult to take out head weight. So, how do you do it? You got to remove things, right? It's really, which we used to do. The Titleist driver, remember the 975D? How many of you remember that driver? Right? So I used to use a great driver, just cut the hosel. Because you want it to look like a Callaway. Right? So what you just did, you just cut the hosel off, you removed like 8 grams. That's a big deal. And you put the weight back in the head so that you're not wasting it in the hosel and you have more shaft to use. So, that's why Callaway came out with that. It was a great concept. No hosel, but it did twist.
So snap it.
Yeah, it snapped a lot, right? So it was less stable for sure, but it's a pretty cool concept they had. Okay, so let's go to the next. Lowest spin drivers. TaylorMade's got the top 2. And they actually just came out with that 430. Anyone hit that 430 yet, SLDR? What do you think? Yeah. Whew. Need a lot of loft. That thing is so low center of gravity, it's crazy. And it's not easy to hit. But you got that guy who spins the ball a lot, that high-speed guy who just can't kick the spin off because they got a negative angle of attack, creating a lot of spin loft, which we'll talk about. That 430 could really, it could hit some nuclear missiles. It's really pretty cool. So, SLDR, furthest forward, lowest center of gravity. R1, another driver that was great for knocking off spin. So if you remember, you put something in your hands, you take an R1, all of a sudden, ball flattens out. And Tour Edge XCG Beta, great driver. Not a lot of people know their products, but they make some great products. Yeah? Yeah, Fairway Woods have always had great ball speed. Tour Edge had the hot Fairway Woods 7 years ago, 6 years ago. With the CB2s, they were awesome. Tour players played it. Now everybody's pretty much catching up with the technology. They know how to do it for less money. Not as good quality, but they can create a hot face. So they're a little bit in trouble. So lower forward center of gravity, lowers MOI. Less forgiving, okay, on horizontal misses, okay? Fairway Woods. So why were these three the hottest Fairway Woods? Very similar. Lowered that center of gravity, moved it forward. Very hot face, high COR. They went a long ways, and you can see how these Fairway Woods nowadays, they are incredible. You know, why some of these tour players are not hitting drivers. You can get almost the same ball speed out of these Fairway Woods. It's wild, it really is. So those three found, Callaway X-Hop Pro, Adams XCD, Stage 2 rocket blades, rocket balls. Okay, next one. Okay, there's a correlation between Fairway Woods and hybrids. They usually design them pretty close to each other. So the most forgiving ones, when it comes to Fairway Wood, G25, similar concept. You could tell Ping as a concept of helping the golfers, helping the miss hits, getting the ball up in the air. You know, they're fantastic with that. Callaway X-Hop Fairway Wood, again, very good. Good ball speed, got the ball up in the air, very stable. And Tour Edge Fairway Wood, that was great. Hybrids. Adams V4. Anyone fit with Adams? Any success?
With the XTD one.
Because what does it do?
It gets up in the air.
Not necessarily
Ball speeds are high.
goes further.
I mean, the ball speed was 3, but when you put it up there, I was thinking, why didn't I tell you that one? Because that one goes forever.
Right. So that's why it's not on the forgiving list.
Right.
Get it? It's hot. Yeah, XT is great. But it's not that stable. This is probably kind of the list that you want to put into most of your golfers' hands if they want to hit the golf ball a little bit straighter. You want it to gain distance, you go to that other list. Hot. Okay? Next one. Irons. So these three irons, there's a pattern here. They're not typical irons. They're hybrid irons. Same reason why. Wider sole, way further back, gets the ball up in the air, better on miss hits. Just more forgiving. It's not for everybody because not everybody wants to look at that fat thing at the bottom. So, you know, just to know that these are the clubs that do it. Now, it's your customer's choice, your member's choice of deciding what they want to look at and then try to find the best. If you don't want to go on this list of hybrid irons, G25, Ping products, they'll do it for you.